It's just a fucking hot mess in these streets. So yeah, I'm gonna steal your man in 2 to 5 years when you guys get divorced.
Dating right now is a hot mess, but honestly, some of you are making it harder than it needs to be. I'm seeing videos of women ready to give up or even steal someone else's husband because they can't find a quality man. If that's you, sit down. We're doing a reality check on what a self-respecting man actually wants, and it's not another resume. Subscribe to join the community, drop a comment, and leave a like.
Women often say there is not enough good men to date anymore, and actually data backs this up. On Tinder, the average guy is liked by less than 1% of the women on Tinder. Think about it like 1 in every 115, which is a vast inequality on dating apps alone. You can compare it to like 95% of the world's economy. I have notes on the screen. If you see me looking, that's why. So why is this? Well, studies often show that women don't just filter for attractiveness, they filter for income, they filter for status, ambition. All these things make up who they're going to choose. Because of this, 80% of men on dating apps are rated unattractive by women. The result is a tiny portion of men getting all the attention. And this creates a really bad dichotomy, where a lot of these men, because they are eligible candidates, don't feel the need to settle down because they have all the options. These studies also show that men swipe way out of their league, which floods the woman's account with attention, so they're more selective, and it's so much deeper than just the apps. But a question still stands. Are the standards rising, or are expectations just completely disconnected from reality?
I just saw this video from at Confidence and Spice, and it hit home because so many of you are saying the exact same thing. I'm the prize, I've done the work, so why is the dating pool still a puddle? It's exhausting. You've leveled up your career, your fitness, and your mental health, only to meet guys who still think a date is hanging out at 10 p.m. You feel like you're overqualified for the options available, but here's the reality we have to face. When you become a 10 out of 10 version of yourself, you actually shrink your dating pool, and that's a good thing. You aren't seeing no good guys. You're seeing that the average guys you used to tolerate now look like a no because your standards finally match your worth. If you're in this confidence and spice era, you need to change your filter. Stop looking for someone to match your energy and start looking for someone who protects it. The 3-date rule. If he hasn't planned a concrete daylight activity by date 3, he's a hobby, not a partner. The observation phase. Stop auditioning for them. Switch the roles. Watch how they handle a no or a boundary early on. The good ones aren't extinct. They're just harder to find because they're usually busy doing the same work you were doing. Don't lower the bar just because the room feels empty. The right person won't require you to dim your spice. Tag someone who needs to hear this.
There are no good men anymore. But let's really think about that for a second. Look at the men our mothers and grandmothers married. I'm just going to have to say this out loud because the more I talk about being single and happy, the more I see people saying dating is terrible now, men don't want a commitment, dating apps make it easier for men to ghost, they are emotionally immature, unavailable, there are no good men anymore, and on and on. And I get it, but let's really think about that for a second. Look at the men our mothers and grandmothers married. A lot of them, not all of them, okay? Don't come for me. The majority were controlling, emotionally unavailable, cheaters, liars, manipulators, narcissists, drunks, and got married anyway. Shoot, most of you are still married to them, living unhappily ever after, or divorced from them by now. Thank you, Jesus. So is dating really worse now? Or are we just seeing the truth earlier? Because now these dudes are showing you exactly who they are, whether from an app or in person, and they are doing it before you commit to something long-term or even marry them. So instead of seeing that as a problem, I see that as a blessing, because what is the alternative? Honestly, that you ignore the red flags, that you rush into a relationship, you waste years on them, as we love to put it, or worse, you marry someone just to not be alone or because it's what is next or what is expected, like our mothers did. And now you're stuck in something that sucks the life right out of you. So no, I don't see this as there are no good men left. Has dating as we know it changed? 100%, starting with the damn dating apps. But I see it as you have more awareness around it. They are showing you exactly who they are very early on and basically who they've been. And you have more choice now. And you have all the power to walk away and avoid being miserable. So instead of stressing out about how bad it is out there, if you're single, use this time to build a life you actually love where you are choosing yourself. And if you want to go date, but go do it with your standards set fucking high. Set your boundaries far and wide so you can weed out the bad ones. There's good ones out there, I'm sure of it. You just got to be more selective and stop crying about the ones who ghosted you.
I see a lot of creators telling you that a good man will just handle whatever attitude you throw at him. That is a lie. A man with actual self-respect and boundaries, he's the first one to leave if the vibe is off. Let's talk about how to actually attract and keep a masculine man. Masculine energy is drawn to its opposite. If you are constantly in warrior mode, competitive, loud, and guarded, you will only attract passive men who want you to lead. If you want a leader, you have to be someone worth leading. That starts with dropping the tough girl act. To secure a man who respects himself, you need these three things. The safe harbor effect. A man who fights the world all day needs a woman who is a soft place to land. If he comes home to a critique or a debate, he will eventually stop coming home. Appreciation over expectation. High-value men provide and protect because they want to feel useful. If you treat his effort like a requirement rather than a gift, he will lose the incentive to provide for you. Yielding, not weakness. Yielding is a power move. It's showing him you trust his judgment. A masculine man thrives when he knows his woman trusts his lead. A man with boundaries won't fix your toxic traits. He'll just replace you with a woman who has peace to offer. You can't demand a 10 out of 10 man while offering a 3 out of 10 environment. Check your ego at the door and ask, am I the kind of woman a man would actually work 60 hours a week to provide for? Stop trying to outman the men. Lean into your grace, your peace, and your support. That is how you win the heart of a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect. Follow if you're ready to level up for real.
Men love to comment on girls' videos saying things like, you can't keep a man, have fun with your cats. Like, the first step would be me actually desiring a man, right? There needs to be a man who is currently out there right now, have my eyes on, and there is no man, absolutely no man that I desire, that I'm even remotely interested in. That counts for the past, the present, and as it seems, probably the future too. Also, right now, it's just not the time for me, because I went on Astra and I checked my current transits, okay? Because you can actually do that on the app. They have a feature which looks at your personal transits, and you can literally see which phase you're at in life. And right now, the phase that I'm in is all about abundance, going after my goals. So right now, having a boyfriend would absolutely destroy my aura. And I'm not going to let a man come in the middle of what I've got planned for my life, okay? And you shouldn't either. Yes, I'm talking to you, baby girl. So check Astra. You can look at the current phase that you're in right now. It will tell you in the month of February what you need to be focusing on, okay? There isn't a man out there that I desire. So that's the first step. There needs to be men who are desirable out there. And as a coach, I do this for a living. Believe me when I say the dating pool is treacherous, because you have emotionally unavailable, avoidant men who have just come out of relationships out there fishing for their next victim. Another reason why I'm not on the apps, and I always tell you guys, get off the apps. The apps are the perfect place for an avoidant man to go there and to hide and wear a mask. He can avoid his pain, he can avoid his discomfort by going on a dating app and talking to women and wasting women's time when he literally just came out of a relationship 2 weeks ago. I know what I'm doing here, so it makes me it actually really makes me laugh when I see these comments like, you can't keep a man. Listen, there's levels to this, okay? We're not doing that. Like, I don't think you even understand what's going on here. I am not searching. I am not on the market for anyone, okay? I'm not on the market for a man. I'm not looking for a man. I don't need a man. I don't need anyone. In fact, I'm somebody that is very self-sufficient. That is why I am able to do the job that I do. I am very emotionally resilient. I'm also an Aquarius, okay? We don't need nobody. So, wrong girl, okay? See so many of these comments like, oh, have fun with your cats. Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time, sir. I've actually started looking at what pets I want.
I just saw this video, and it's the perfect example of why so many successful women are single. You've built an amazing life, but you're trying to use career success to buy a man's commitment. It doesn't work that way. She says she's doing everything right, but she's doing everything right to be a successful man, not necessarily to attract a masculine one. A man with his own money and a high level of self-respect doesn't care about your resume. He cares about your disposition. Here's what she's missing. A good man with boundaries isn't looking for a woman to compete with him. If you come into the date with a "what can you do for me" attitude, a man who respects himself is going to see you as a liability, not an asset. He's not intimidated by your success. He's exhausted by your ego. If you want to secure a man who actually loves and protects you, you need to learn the service over stature rule. Drop the checklist. Stop looking at what he has and start looking at how he leads. You can't be a leader and want a leader at the same time. One of you has to yield. Be the soft place. A man who fights the world doesn't want to come home and fight you. If you aren't his piece, you are just another task on his to-do list. Respect his boundaries. If he's a good man, he has rules for his life. If you try to break them or test him, he will leave. And real help isn't telling you you're perfect. It's telling you that the market has changed. A good man is looking for a partner, not a boss. If you want the ring, you have to offer the peace. Hit follow if you want the truth about the dating market.
Girls, we gotta talk. I don't want to have an absolute distaste for men anymore. I feel like it's taking a lot of the positive energy that I have in my life. I would be the happiest person ever if men didn't exist. A little exaggerating, obviously, because I am attracted to men and I would like to marry a man. But every day I'm just a man. I hear it on the news, I see it on social media. A man is just like, why are you doing that? Why are you being that way? Why are you like that? Why are you thinking that way? Why are you treating her that way? Why are you acting this way? Why are you doing this? And I'm just like, gosh, why can't you guys meet me halfway? I'm not saying be perfect like women. I don't want to hear, I know women aren't perfect, but you know what I'm trying to say? And it's just a little bit exhausting for me waking up every day and it's like, oh, what did they do today? And so here's my question. I'm 50 seconds in. I haven't gotten to the point. Where do all the good men hang out? What are all the good men doing? How do I find and associate myself with the good men? My thesis is that they're snatched up. They get snatched up real quick. As soon as there's a good man, the women are like, ah! Lock him up, seal him off. Solitary confinement. You are not gonna get, So that's my theory, is that's where all the good men are. They're not outside for sure. But just for everyone else, like, where are the good men? I think I need to be enveloped and surrounded by good men. I just don't know where they're at, where they're hanging out. Are they on social media? Do they hang out at the beach? Are they golfing? Are they reading a book at a library? What are they doing? And I think if I surround myself with good, solid men, I will have obviously a different outlook on men. But honestly, I am surrounded by men, just like your average man. Am I making sense? I don't know. I just woke up today tired of it all. I'm tired of the men. I'm tired of it all.
I see this everywhere. I'm a good woman. I've done the work. Where are the men? Let's be realistic. Being a good person is the bare minimum. If you want a man with boundaries and self-respect, you have to offer more than just a clean record. A man who actually loves himself and has his life together isn't looking for a woman to complete him, or a woman who is just waiting for him to show up. He's looking for a woman who fits into the life he's already built without causing a wreck. You say you want a man who respects himself? Well, a man who respects himself has zero tolerance for drama. If you come into a relationship with tests, games, or an attitude that he should be lucky to have you, he's going to walk. He isn't scared of you. He just doesn't have the time for you. If you want to secure a man who will actually cherish and respect you, Follow these dummies' rules. Be an asset, not a bill. High-value men provide, but they don't want to be exploited. Show him that you can manage a household, manage your emotions, and manage your tongue. The respect test. A masculine man won't stay where he isn't respected. If you can't follow his lead or trust his judgment, don't date him. You're just wasting both of your time. Check your independence at the door. If you keep telling him, "I don't need you," eventually he'll believe you and find someone who does. The good guys aren't gone. They're just being selective. They are looking for the woman who makes their hard work worth it. If you want to protect her, you have to be worth protecting. Drop the ego, pick up some grace, and watch how the market changes for you.
A PSA to any girlies that are married right now. In 2 to 5 years, I'm going to steal your man. Simply because there's no men out there, no good men out there that aren't already married or taken. I'm honestly convinced of that. I think men that are like 32 to 35, which is probably the age I'm going for, there's probably something wrong with them if they're not already married or settled down by this age. Because honestly, dating right now is just so fucking horrific. Like, trying to find someone I even fancy looks-wise is a fucking mission. And then when I do fancy them, they come up with some weird-ass shit. Tell me I was talking to this guy for like 2 days maybe. Seemed really nice, like getting on. And then he just said some fucking out-of-the-blue racist shit. Like, I'm not going to repeat it. And I was literally just like, the fuck is going on? What's wrong with you? So obviously I had to unmatch him, but it's just a fucking hot mess in these streets. So yeah, I'm gonna steal your man in 2 to 5 years when you guys get divorced.
I get that dating is a hot mess right now, but telling the world you're going to steal a man in 5 years isn't a joke. It's a confession. It's a sign that your picker is broken and your energy is toxic. Let's look at why you're actually struggling. She says men 32 to 35 who are single must have something wrong with them. But here's the truth. High-value men in that age bracket are very much single. They're just avoiding women who talk like this. If you think the only way to get a good man is to take one from a divorce, you've already admitted you don't believe you're capable of attracting one on your own. You're upset because you finally find someone hot, and they turn out to be a racist or a weirdo. Reality check. If you are only filtering for looks, you are going to catch a lot of trash in that net. High-quality men don't just look good, they behave well. If your only criteria is, "I fancy them," don't be surprised when their personality is a dumpster fire. If you want a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect, you have to stop being a chaos magnet. Values over visuals. Stop making fancying them your only requirement. If you don't screen for character, values, and peace within the first hour of talking, you are wasting your own time. The wife energy. You're joking about divorce and stealing men. A man who actually wants to be a husband looks for a woman who respects the institution of marriage, not someone who mocks it. Check your vibe. Like attracts like. If you think the world is a F-King mission, you're going to project that bitterness. A good man wants a partner, not a project with a grudge. The good guys aren't all married. They're just invisible to women who are looking for the wrong things. Stop waiting for a divorce and start working on your own character. A man with boundaries will never be stolen. He chooses where he stays. Hit follow for the real talk.
Well, guys, I think you finally succeeded. I think I have lost the absolute last shred of hope I had that there's still good men left in the world. Just went on a date. I thought it was going well. Talked nonstop, not me, back and forth, for over an hour. And then all of a sudden he had to take a call from a client. And he never fucking came back. And I got stuck with a $90 tab for his beers and pizza. So, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. 4B movement all the fucking way from here on out. You guys suck.
I'm sorry that happened to you. That guy is a coward, period. But if we're being realistic, getting stuck with a $90 tab isn't just bad luck. It's a failure in your vetting process. Let's talk about how to never let a puddle of a man drown your bank account again. She said they talked non-stop for an hour. Here's the dummy's truth. Just because a man is talking doesn't mean he's connecting. Low-value men are great at the gift of gab to keep you distracted while they benefit from your company. If a man takes a client call in the middle of a first date, that's your cue to ask for the check immediately, not wait for him to come back. You say you've lost hope. Hope isn't a strategy. If you're entering the dating market with hope but no boundaries, you are a target for bottom feeders. A man with self-respect and boundaries doesn't disappear because he values his reputation. If you keep meeting guys who suck, you need to look at what's allowing them past your front gate. If you want to attract a man who actually respects you, you have to protect yourself first. The coffee/drink rule: never do dinner and beers for a first date with a stranger. It's too high of an investment for someone you don't know. Keep it simple so you can leave in 20 minutes if the vibe is off. The pay-as-you-go mindset. If a man steps away for more than 5 minutes for a call, assume the date is over. Close your tab and walk away. Watch the lead. A masculine man who wants to provide will make it clear he's handling the logistics. If he's ordering rounds of beers and pizza without a clear plan to pay, he's a child, not a partner. The 4B movement isn't a solution. It's a white flag. Don't let one $90 loser make you quit the game. Just change the way you play it. Stop being nice and start being selective. Hit follow if you want to learn how to vet for real men.